Now, Haywood, I have to tell you, I have a bone to pick with a friend of ours, and his name is Rex from the Rexer Show. We're in the middle of having a great conversation, and he gave us the boot. He yanked the plug.
Pulled the
plug. And Haywood and I were like, we weren't done talking yet. So here we are having a chill and chat stream. How you doing, Steven? Welcome to the show. What's up, Sean? What's up, Bobby? Always good seeing these folks in the chat. How are you doing, Tech Buzz? You have been playing with your coin ops all week. How are you doing?
Yeah, I've been answering more questions than I've been playing with, to be honest with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the face of coin ops customer support.
No.
Stephen Haywood, the Tech Buzz. Make sure you don't leave those questions on my channel. Head on over to the Tech Buzz.
No, we're not doing that. Yeah.
Oh man, what do you guys want to talk about? What's on your guys' mind? Let us know in the chat. This is an open discussion. If there's any hot button topics or questions or anything, throw them in there. What's on your mind, Haywood? What's going on?
Well, you call this the I Hate Monday show, but for me, it's a Friday because my last day of work was Friday until December 30th or November 30th. I think that's Monday after Thanksgiving. So I am on vacation.
Yeah, good for you, man. Good for you.
Love it.
Now, I am working this week, Monday, Tuesday, and then like a half day Wednesday. Company closes early Wednesday, and then I'll be off, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have been cranking on YouTube the last few days. I've been very proud of you.
I've been trying, and I appreciate everybody's support with the coin ops stuff. Again, it was just the community went bananas. That they just lost their crap when At Games put out that update. And it was like, we got to do something. And so I just started monkeying with it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Talk with those guys because I was a little uncertain on certain things. I'm like, well, why'd you do it that way? The question that we always give them, like, why did you do it that way? And so it worked out good. But
yep. Hey, we got Joel. He's in Puerto Rico. Awesome. P-Dubs has gone international, baby. We now have a Puerto Rico audience. Just one guy, and his name is Joel. But still, we have an audience. Thanks so much. Let's take a look. Glenn asked us a question. Why don't companies make pinball machines with two buttons on one or the other side for one-handed players? Honestly, I've never heard of that before, but I understand some folks out there might be handicapped or something of that nature. I get it. I think although they don't make them, you can do it yourself. You can, with help, obviously, but yeah, you can do that via modding. You can set up all the buttons on one side if you need to. That's interesting.
Well, I think the amount of people that would do that is probably not warranted enough for them to try to sell it. It would have to be a special order. And some of these companies would probably be willing to do that if there was, you contacted them. Because look at Angel. Angel has the issue with the height, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's constantly having to mod his stuff.
Yeah, I feel bad for Angel because that At Games Legends Ultimate, he's had it for a long time, over 6 months, and he can't play it. He hasn't played it, and he sent me like a text message the other day, and he's like, "Look at this thing collecting dust because he can't reach the controls," and I feel real bad for him and all that stuff. Let's see here.
Yeah, what you can do?
He just says he's good with one hand. That's why he wishes. Are you a guitar player? Are you a guitar player? Do you got spirit fingers? I've seen foot. Thanks for the phenomenal tutorial. There you go. You got some kudos there by Adam in the chat. Way to go.
I wonder if you can map the controls, like when they come out with the Legends. Think about it, because you can map the controls now in the Legends Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to map it so instead of it being a shutter button or a nudge button, you could make it so it'd be two flippers, and it's going to have the accelerometer, so you could just bump into the table to nudge it.
Now we got a question from Zach. He goes, "You guys ever find out the Outrun Easter egg?" Now the only hint that John D gave us is that it involves the micro USB port. So the only thing I could really think of off the top of my head is micro USB to Ethernet. But what would that do for you on that cabinet if you had internet access? Like because it's Code Mystics, is a secret menu going to pop up saying that you can now do online multiplayer or something? I don't know.
Well, that's what I was thinking. What I was saying on Rexer, like if you bought two cabinets, I'm wondering if that Easter egg, by plugging it in and you connect it to the network and accessing the menu like that, could you have two legitimate players in the same arcade play each other on two separate machines? That would be pretty cool.
Yep. Now, I did get a tracking number. My Outrun cabinet is on the way, so I guess I'll tinker with that when it arrives.
You pre-ordered it?
Yeah, I did pre-order the sit-down Outrun. Yep. Hey, worst case scenario, I'm just going to put it on a riser. If guys are wondering why there's a riser shortage in Arizona, I have like 8 or 9 Arcade 1-Up risers in my garage because I stocked up in advance many, many eons ago just in case.
But you know what, though? B. Kong did one where he showed it, and it's 3 to 4 inches lower than my sit-down Star Wars cabinet, the seat, and that bothers me because I think the sit-down Star Wars is like the right height. Why did they go lower? Is it because they felt like it'd be more comfortable for the pedals? Maybe.
Probably because what we saw in B. Kong's video was that the steering wheel is lower and the pedals, of course, are in front of you. It's not as high as the yoke on the Star Wars cabinet, so it sounds like the bench seat is set lower to make you fit. What was interesting was when B. Kong, and Sean, this kind of answers your question. At first, I was kind of upset because B. Kong, he looked super out of place in his video, right? But he was sitting on his Star Wars riser. He wasn't sitting on the Outrun riser. And he actually posted some pictures on Facebook today saying that, when he sat in the actual Outrun riser, it's lower and it was more comfortable and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Nikki, welcome to the show. We always love seeing Nikki.
So wouldn't it have made more sense though to make the sled a little bit longer then, so you could kind of like almost make your leg straight or with a slight bend, and the pedals more like this instead of like that?
That would have been cool. Like, how like the pedals are flat, right? The pedals are flat, right? I think it would have been kind of cool if they had the pedals set up more vertically. You know what I'm talking about? Like inside.
I wonder if that would have been more. Yeah, would that have been more comfortable?
I think so. I'm worried that some people who have ankle issues might not be able to, push down on the pedals without breaking them because, they have to. I mean, those pedals look cheap and plasticky. You know what I mean? They weren't very exciting, when he pulled the pedals out. That's the one thing I'm very disappointed in, is that they're completely plastic, like all the pedals.
Are they really? So I didn't watch the whole video. No. I just saw bits and pieces of it.
But he made up for it by showing us that the steering wheel looked really good and it felt good. It had like a very strong tension spring in there and all that kind of stuff. So,
well, what other games are on it? I didn't even really look at the games list for it.
Well, you had Outrun, you had Outrunners, you had Power Drift, and one more. I could pull it up.
Okay,
right here.
So there's 4 games on it, and it's $550. Oh, that's a hard.
Yeah,
I'm not a big Outrun fan, and I'm running out of room.
You're really tall. You're like a giant. Like, you probably wouldn't want the stand up one. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know how I'd have more room for a stand up one, to be honest. But I like the idea of the sit down.
Right. Like Zach McDonald, he says he's 6'4". How tall are you again, Steven?
I'm 6'2", like Doug.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever have an at-home racing cab with. He might have to get an actual one.
And the other thing too, and I hope some of the modders out there, some of the modding companies that are making aftermarket products for the risers and stuff, create some kind of back for that. As a tall guy, and I'd rather pull the bench in close so I could sit back against the back rest and drive it. Whereas the Star Wars, you're kind of hunched over because of the way the yoke is. So it feels more natural because of the way the screens lean back. So it kind of feels like you're riding like a motorcycle. Where this, I think you have to have some form of back to it. Maybe it's just me, but I kind of feel that way.
Where did it go right here? Devil Waldo, hey man, we're more than happy to eat crow when we're wrong, So for instance,
agreed.
All we saw were renders, photos of the bench, and the bench looked to be the same shape as the Star Wars cabinet. So you would assume they're using the same mold, they're having the same size boards cut, they're just putting different artwork on it, right? But apparently that's not the case. The bench is actually of a different height as well as length. which we found out during that live stream. So, hey, man, if we're wrong, we're wrong, you know? Unfortunately, these companies don't give us enough information, like especially how many Arcade 1-Up cabinets are released where they never show us the gameplay before they're released. You know what I mean?
Lots of them, like almost all of them.
Right. But we trust them that they're going to be good. So we buy them, you know, in mass. You know what I mean? So, you know, I wish there was more information out there prior to product shipping. I really do. You know, especially with the pinball stuff, you know. So let's see here.
It's not a dig on Arcade 1-Up either. So let's just put that out there either. It's just, you got to think about this. We're not buying it for kids. We're buying it for grown adults. And so we have those reservations about, is it going to be comfortable, or are we going to have to see a chiropractor after we're done playing it?
Yeah. That's kind of funny.
I'm just being honest.
How'd you hurt your back, young man? Well, I was playing video games.
In my Arcade 1-Up Outrun cabinet.
My Arcade 1-Up Outrun cabinet, Doc. All right, let's see here. What other topics or questions we got in the chat? So I did pre-order, and it's the only Arcade 1-Up cabinet from the fall catalog lineup that I pre-ordered. So hopefully I didn't pre-order Marvel vs. Capcom, the Street Fighter cabinet, the Buck Hunter cabinet. I would love a light gun cabinet, but I don't want the Buck Hunter. I want like Terminator 2 or something more exciting. You know what I mean?
I want the Buck Hunter. I do want the Buck Hunter.
But that's because you're a real hunter. You love killing those deer in real life. Right. Me, honestly, I probably would get bored of it. You know what I mean?
I think, like you said, it's the nostalgia behind it. Like you go into any restaurant that has like an arcade, like our local truck stop right by our house. There's a Denny's in there. Right outside of the Denny's, there is a big Buck Hunter full-size cabinet that's out there that people are always lined up to play. So I think it depends on your area. Like in my area, big Buck Hunter is because obviously I'm in an area where people like to hunt. So I get it. It's not for everybody. It's kind of like Outrun. It's like, I like the sit-down cabinet. I like the style. I love Star Wars like that. I don't know if I'd have as much fun on the stand-up cabinet of Star Wars. It's just that it takes up a lot more room, man. Like, where are you going to put it?
I don't know. Like, I'm going to have to shuffle. Once again, I'm going to have to shuffle. You know what I mean? And I'm getting tired of shuffling, but I'm going to have to.
I started putting cabinets in the center of my room now. Like I have where the couch is. So I actually have, at the end of my couch, I have 3 of them. 2 of them are back to back, and then the third one is in. But I'm strategically placing them to where they're either a 1-player game like Miss Pac-Man or Golden Tee, and then the 2 players are on the outer side. Because you can't fit 2 people where I have it located. You gotta, that's what people don't understand. You gotta strategically place some of these cabinets because of that.
It's becoming like moving giant Legos around your house, trying to make it fit. Dwayne asked us a question. Will there be a production limit on At Games Pinball? Yes, there will be in 2020. Absolutely. If pre-orders do go live, I don't expect there to be very many. We kind of talked about this on the Rexer show. I don't know if there's, and guys, we don't know how many there's going to be. We don't know if there's going to be a 50, 100, 200, 500, 1,000. We don't know how many are going to be available before the end of the year, but that's this year. Yes, there will be a production limit this year. At Games, the day they announced the pinball, like the reveal, when they revealed what it looks like, the product and stuff, they said, guys, it's going to be limited this year. But next year, it'll end up being produced in mass. You know what I mean?
We could almost figure this out, P-Dubs. If we knew how much each cargo container on a boat could hold, pound-wise, and how many containers At Games purchased, we could figure out how many units that they're shipping, because we know it's going to weigh 150 pounds.
Yeah, there's some websites out there where you can actually go and you can find out how many containers have left the ports and are on their way. And provided we know how many containers there are, we might be able to figure that out. But I don't know if I'm going to do all that.
No, but I'm guessing there's going to be 50 units, I would say, that are going to be available for pre-order in the beginning. That would be my guess.
You think only 50? Wow.
I think only 50. I think it's going to be like February or March before you get maybe 200 or 300.
Oh man, that just seems really low to me and kind of scary. I hope it's not that low, Tech Buzz. Don't scare me. I was hoping for, a couple hundred, by the end of the year, and then several thousand, obviously, next year is what I was hoping for to hear. Triple X, don't quote him, Triple X. We're just speculating.
It's all speculation.
Yeah, don't go jumping off a bridge right now. Now think about it too, guys. In the beginning of the year, you could not get your hands on an At Games Legends Ultimate cabinet. Now you can walk into a Sam's Club and they got plenty. And not only do they have plenty of the Legends Ultimate, they have plenty of the Legends Gamer. They are making thousands and thousands and thousands of Legends Gamers. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe within a year, there might be more Legends Gamer owners than there are Legends Arcade owners. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
But think about when version 1.0 came out of the At Games Legends Ultimate Cabinet. There was only a handful of us that had it. Under 50 people that had that when it first came out. Because it was hard to get. That's why I'm reserving the pinball, saying about 50. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, hurry up and helping with the marketing to get a pre-order. But just think about that. Think about when the At Games Legends Ultimate launched, version 1.0. You had a hard time getting it. You had to go to different Sam's Clubs. I had to do the same thing. And think back to how many guys actually got one. I think it was, if we went back and look, I bet it was under 50 people that had one.
Just that first month, you think, or that first couple of weeks?
Oh no, the first month. No, the first month I would say, and then it started to ramp up a little bit, but it's still, they couldn't keep up with the demand as people started seeing it was really, really good. Now, the pinball might be different. People already know that the At Games name has gained some traction, so I don't know.
I don't know. 50 sounds light. That sounds.
So what do you think? What do you think? A couple hundred?
I'm thinking like a couple hundred, like 250 or something. Like you could fit a lot in those containers. I'm hoping for at least 250. You know what I mean? This year, and then obviously several thousand next year. You know what I mean?
I hope I'm wrong. I do. I hope I'm really wrong, and I hope you're right, because
I mean, let's take
a look at a lot of angry people if that's not.
Let's take a look at the responses. Like for instance, when I'm on these Facebook fan pages, right? Like I see. And this isn't an exaggeration, I see hundreds of comments from people saying that they want to get the At Games Legends pinball. I see more people saying they want to buy the At Games Legends pinball than they say the At Games Legends arcade machine. You go in the Arcade 1-Up groups, and someone will be like, oh, I'm fed up with this Arcade 1-Up cabinet. There's always someone in there who's like, go buy a Legends, right? And whenever someone posts about the Arcade 1-Up pinballs, there's always somebody in that thread who posts, and now several people in those threads who are always like, just get the Legends pinball. You know what I mean? It sounds like this pinball is going to be a big hit for At Games. It really does.
Well,
let me ask a lot of interest.
Let me ask you this, and let's ask the commenters here. Do we know how many pre-orders there were for the Arcade 1-Up Star Wars and Attack from Mars? Can you still buy those tables, or do we have an idea roughly of how many they sold? Because, I mean, if At Games came out ahead of time with theirs, and Arcade 1-Up's already got like 300-400 pre-orders in, that would give us a good indication too. Because I mean, they're all coming essentially from the same area.
Well, what I know is, and this is just according to sources, so this isn't solid information, but according to our sources, who we have sources with the Canadian retailers who give the YouTubers information, when the Attack from Mars went on sale in Canada, apparently it was only 50 units, and they sold them all within like a day or two. You know what I mean? Like all 50, but that's it. And none have hit the United States yet. So it was all just 50 in Canada. How many are going to be available for the United States? I would assume more than 50, you know what I mean? But we never know. When it comes to the Marvel and the Star Wars ones, like those are still available. So does that mean there's an abundance of stock because those haven't sold out yet? Or does that mean, I'm going to have to switch my camera. This camera is dying on me. Or does that mean, what was I going to say? Or does that mean that there's a lack of interest? You know what I mean? What do you guys think?
Tough one.
Why has the Star Wars and the Marvel pinballs not sold out yet? Is it lack of interest, or do you guys think an abundance of stock? Let us know in the chat below. And let me switch my camera.
Go ahead. You switch your camera. I think there is a lot of fence sitters right now. I think there's a lot of people that say, I am getting a new pinball table, whether it's Arcade 1-Up or at Games, but I want to see reviews. I want to see gameplay. I want to see what people that have took the plunge and pre-ordered it have to say about it, because we're not seeing any information. We're seeing 30 seconds of gameplay here, and we're seeing 30 seconds here. That's not enough. And we had this discussion, you remember, on Friday, where we said, people are shooting these videos with 720p 30 on their phones, but the gameplay is in 1080p 60. So you're not getting a true visual of what the pinball is going to look like because they're not shooting it correctly. So I think there's a lot of smart people out there that are just like, you know what? I don't need to be an early adopter. I'll wait till February or March. As much as I want a Star Wars, and maybe they want both, they're going to wait.
I love all the comments in the chat. Kev Gretz says, hey, people spent a lot of money on Xbox, PlayStation 5. They can't buy pinball machines right now. Triple Lex says people might be waiting for the At Games Legends pinball. And then we've had several folks say an abundance. Obviously, Marvel and Star Wars are going to sell more than Attack from Mars. So that makes sense that they manufacture more of those units, and that's why they haven't sold out yet. So now those are supposed to be shipping. Is it next month, guys? Yeah, in a few weeks, right?
Yeah,
some people might have
December 15th, I think.
All right. Hopefully there won't be any delays. Hopefully those will come out.
Did you pre-order any of the Arcade 1-Up tables?
Yeah, I pre-ordered the Marvel and the Star Wars.
You did both tables.
Yep, but I'm not doing
big spender.
Yeah, but I'm not doing the Attack from Mars one though.
Where are you going to put all this stuff?
Like I said, I'm doing some shuffling. Shuffle.
The wife is going to make you sleep in the car.
Well, we have a guest bedroom and we never have people over. So I think we could start sacrificing some furniture in that room. You never know, man. You never know. But no, I actually have a lot of these Arcade 1-Up machines that I just never play anymore, right? So I'm probably going to take them downstairs, stick them in the garage, maybe sell them. I don't know. You know what I mean? I got a lot of them that are just collecting dust, you know?
You need to start having people over and play those games, man.
Yeah. So what do you think about this? So At Games Legends Pinball signs a deal with Magic Pixel and Zechariah to bring their games to their platform.
Is it Zechariah or Zechariah?
Zechariah. So do you feel that Zechariah will now... Does this mean the Well Played is completely out of luck? You know what I mean? Or do you think there's still going to be a market? Let me know what you guys think of the chat. Do you guys think Well Played is done? Or I don't think they're going to be done. I think there's a market for everything, right? And some people might want a smaller machine. Maybe they haven't heard of the At Games. And obviously too, the Well Played, those are going to start shipping in December, right? So that's a product you can pre-order.
No. They've been pushed back, I thought, till 2021.
Well, they were supposed to ship in November, but the latest news I heard was they're shipping in December. If it got pushed back again, I haven't heard of it. But still, you know, even if At Games adds those games to their platform, it's going to be anywhere from 3 to 6 months before we start seeing some of the games, not all 100 games, right?
Well, it's like I said on the Rexer show. You know, you're talking about a machine that's set. Well, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. 720p 60, same as Toy Shock. At Games is going to do 1080p 60. So let's say Well Played is what, $299? Is that what, or $399? Is that what they're selling them for? $399?
$499.
Oh, they're $499.
Yeah, $500.
Oh, that's brutal. They might have to change that pricing scheme because that, you know, I thought they would compete heavily with Toy Shock because they're about the same size. And there's people that just don't want to spend $500-600 for a pinball table. But if you're going to if you could spend an extra $100, why wouldn't you get the At Games one, or why wouldn't you get the Arcade 1-Up one versus the Well Played Toys one? Is there that much of a difference?
Well, I mean,
$500.
But it's got Wi-Fi and the ability. It comes with 27 games, and you have the ability to purchase and download and add more games. Plus, it has USB capability. Who knows what you can do with that? But then again, that the board that comes with that game That thing, I don't think is going to be running Future Pinball or VPX. That board is probably going to be running like Android type versions of these games, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
adding your own games, I don't think it's going to be as easy as that. But I mean, you can't. It does sound like you'll be able to purchase their entire library. You can go from 27 games to 106 games on that platform, which makes that cool. But then again, it's got no haptic feedback. It's got no accelerometers, no solenoids, no tactile feedback, and it doesn't even have a secondary display. It doesn't even have an alphanumeric display. It doesn't
See,
have
that's why I agree with Corey in the chat room. He says 400, yeah, not 500. I wouldn't pay 500 for that. I took a gamble with Toy Shock, and I think the value you get for $400 with that machine, it's definitely worth it. We got a lot of fun out of it, despite the looks that everybody says with it. We still have a lot of fun with it. So I don't know, but B-Dubs, I think that the Toy Shock is still your baseline, and it's still between At Games and Arcade 1-Up.
Now, Well Played and Toy Shock are both coming out with tabletop pinball machines. So that also is a differentiator because that's something that At Games and Arcade 1-Up haven't done yet. And some people don't even have room for a 3/4 scale pinball machine, let alone the big Legends pinball. So, and those tabletops are like I think the Toy Shock one, when that comes out, it's going to be around $250, and then the Well Played one is $300. But then again, you're like, well, why is it more than the Toy Shock? Well, then again, it's the exact same thing as the 3/4 scale machine. It has Wi-Fi, comes with 27 games. You can add up to 100 and some games, all that kind of stuff. So that's why it's like a little bit more money.
But let me ask you something. So why wouldn't a lot of these guys, I'm sure a lot of these guys have a Switch. Why wouldn't you just take that and buy some of the $100 to $200 pinball housings for that and hook it up to a TV at vertical mode and play the Switch as a pinball? If you really wanted a tabletop pinball, you'll save yourself a ton of money. Rather than playing with Well Played toys, and then you get pinball effects on top of that.
Yeah. I think a tabletop Nintendo Switch mod or Android mod would probably be a really good way to go because you'll have access to all the platforms. You could do a Zakaria, Zen, Pinball Arcade, all that kind of stuff.
And you could have a bigger screen too.
All right. But then again, some people, they just want to buy something that you take out of a box, turn it on, and it plays games. Not everybody likes to mod or tinker.
But I don't think it's a huge mod. Do you? I mean, I've seen people do it that aren't really savvy. I mean, I could even do it, and I'm not a huge modder.
Yeah. All right. Let me catch up on the chat here, my friend. Sean, I agree. We haven't seen any gameplay footage yet, which is a shame, and their website is still pretty blank, unfortunately. It does appear that we got inside word from one of our buddies that their website and stuff is going to all be updated like right around the same time as the products like going out or something of that nature. So those update. But then again, in my opinion, Steven, you're a marketing guy, right? Yep. And in my opinion, that stuff should have been set up already. You know
100%,
what I mean?
100%.
Because the first thing I did as a customer was the minute I saw the Well Played listing on GameStop, the first thing I did was Google Well Played Arcade. So as a potential customer, you're going to look up the company, see what it's all about, and there's nothing there, right? I don't agree with we're going to set up our website some other day. You know what I mean? Like this should have been ready to go, you know? What do you think about all that, guys? Isn't that kind of funny, you know?
Well, and I was wondering, because we were talking about all these different versions of pinball, and I want to throw this out to the chat room as well. What is the most important feature of for you
great question.
in any of these pinball tables? Because that's going to tell a lot right there. Is haptic feedback, is that the most important feature? Is it the screen size? Put in the chat room what's your most important. I want to see what the survey is here of the people, because
the number one thing.
Your number one thing. Yes.
Screen size. Is it game titles? Is it number of games? Is it secondary display? What is the number one thing most important to you about a pinball machine? That is a great question. So Derek says size. Bobby says screen size. Remy says haptic and screen size, but he put haptic first. We're looking for your top one. So we
need one. We want to see one because that's
Michael says
huge.
Michael says no lag. Scotty says he wants something with a lot of tables on it.
Okay.
Let's see here. This is awesome.
So games, yeah. This is stuff we want to.
Size of the machine. Keto, this is what I was saying. Your website is your business card. It doesn't look professional not have one because, that almost made me not pull the trigger, but because I have a YouTube channel, I did pre-order the Well Played Pinball because I want to check it out, see what it's all about. Size of the machine, Twilight Zone, number of games, screen size.
You're talking while you're doing that, you're talking about marketing here. Like even my business card. My business card, I do full gloss like a baseball card. And then on the back, it has all my information. And I even have a picture of myself on there because I want people to put a face with a name when I hand this to them at a trade show because they get thousands of business cards. That's marketing 101. Well, when you're putting a website up, you got to have pictures of your product. You got to have video of your product. Don't wait until after you're shipping to put this stuff up there. That's backwards, man.
Yeah. JR he's the first one to say haptic feedback solenoids because otherwise it's just a computer. So it's got to feel like a pinball machine. That's a great answer. Active back glass. Devil Waldo says At Games seems like the best bang for your buck. Yeah, although I cover both companies on my channel, and I honestly feel we're about to hit 5,000 subscribers. I honestly feel like half my audience Arcade 1-Up fans, half my audience At Games fans. You know what I mean? Because no matter what videos I post, whether it's an Arcade 1-Up or an At Games video, I get usually the same amount of views on each. It's not like.
But let's not confuse this.
Yeah.
We're not asking for you to pick a side, At Games versus Arcade 1-Up. Right. We want to know the feature. What is the most important feature to you? Because that's going to determine who's going to win, if you want to call it the pinball battle.
Right. But where I was going with that, Steven, is although I cover both of these companies, if I felt like the Arcade 1-Up gave you the better bang for your buck, I would honestly tell you that.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But when I look at options for $50 more, I just feel like you get more options with the At Games. You know what I mean? But then again, to each his own, right? To each his own. And there's no wrong answer because we ordered them all, right, Steven?
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I didn't pre-order as much as I want the Star Wars from Arcade 1-Up. I have not pre-ordered the Star Wars table only because I have to see how much room I'm going to have once I get this At Games pinball machine in here. I am not kidding you when I say I'm to the point where I might have to say I can't. And I just spent $500 and some on the PS5. So with Christmas coming, I got 2 kids. I can't be dropping another $1,000 on pinball machines and an Xbox Series X, and so there's a lot to buy this year. So I'm spacing it out, man. I'm sticking with a few things, and that's what I'm going to do.
Now we got Ralphie R says that the molding is falling off of his Legends Ultimate. I have not had the molding fall off.
I haven't either.
I have both of them behind me. Both of them still have. I have the 1.0 and the 1.1, and both of them still have the original silver molding. But then again, I don't live in like a high humidity area. It seemed that a lot of people who were in high humidity areas, for some reason, whatever glue they used or adhesive was coming off, something like that.
I'm in Eastern Ohio, though. That's your high humidity area.
Yeah. I mean, here in Arizona, no humidity really. So nothing like that was happening. So look at Jeff Rainwater. That's my boy. Just do what I did. Buy an Xbox One and just play them on your Xbox. There you
See, go. I got the PS5 first because both my son and I are Sony guys. I like the Xbox, but if I had to choose one over the other right out the gate, which I did, I choose Sony. I really like the PS5. I don't regret buying that at all.
So we saw a lot of news from At Games as well as Arcade 1-Up in the last 24 hours about their pinball machines. Just a heads up, guys, there will be a Toy Shock announcement this week. Might be Monday or it might be Tuesday. I don't know for certain. But
I thought it was today.
No, it's not today.
Oh. Are you sure? That's what you told me. You were going to give this announcement if I came on the show.
Well, I was going to do it. I was going to do it today. However,
Killing me.
however, it's late at night, no one's going to watch.
I tried,
No one's going to watch
this.
this. So, and also too, with all the information that came out yesterday and or in the last 24 hours between Arcade 1-Up and At Games, I think it would just get lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? So there will be a Toy Shock announcement. We'll probably do it Monday, tomorrow, or Tuesday.
Clarify this for me, because I didn't get to see Jong's show on Friday. I don't know if he couldn't go live or something happened with Facebook, because Facebook had some API issues on Friday. I had to do some workarounds to get my show to go on Facebook on Friday. But I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but the IR Arcade is not shipping now until January or February of next year. Is that true?
Wait, I didn't hear that. I didn't watch
Somebody
the
messaged
show.
me and said that they're not getting any of the IR Arcades until January, February. Does anybody else?
I didn't watch Jong's live stream on Friday. I haven't talked with Jong. Hey, Jeff Rainwater, you're in the chat. Let us know. I know you know everything IR Arcade. Is there a delay? And also,
because somebody's like, what do you think about that? I'm like, this is the first I'm hearing about it, man.
Mike always cracks me up. He just finished watching the replay of us on the Rexer show. That's right, Mike. Rex booted us. He kicked us off the show.
Yeah.
And because he booted us, we decided we're just going to go live ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't need the Rexer show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. All right. So let's see here. So Dragon's Lair is delayed, but that's the one I pre-ordered. Oh my God.
Dragon's Lair's pre-ordered. Somebody said Dragon's Lair, Double Dragon, and the Black Series was, so they got their information wrong if the other ones are not delayed. And they said only the bar tops were shipping early December. And I was like, oh, well, that's not what I heard from their marketing people a week or two ago. So.
Oh, wait a minute. So Jeff, okay, well then we're fine. Because the last time I talked with Jong, he told me that their goal was everyone who participated in the Kickstarter should get their cabinets by the end of the year. Anyone who did the backer kit or pre-ordered through GameStop or pre-ordered directly through the iArcade website, those wouldn't be shipping until next year. But I thought all the Kickstarter guys were going to be taken care of by the end of the year.
So that person was absolutely dead wrong. I'm glad you clarified that, because I'm sitting there like, I have no idea, man. I mean, I know I'm getting a review unit, but I'm like, I didn't hear anything. They haven't told me to tell the audience like, hey, we're delaying this.
Oh man.
So
it's time. It's Rexer time.
Why? What? Oh, you getting Rex on?
No, just people are teasing Rex. Okay, so it looks like there might be a delay on the stands. They might come a week or two later. Well, that's not the end of the world.
Yeah, that's not the end of the world. People can wait for a week. Even with even a review unit, you get the bar top, and then a week later your stand arrives. That's fine. It gives me plenty of time to move stuff around to put it there. But I'll tell you what, I will say this: iArcade, you knocked it out of the park getting Retromania. We talked to those guys early. We had Stevie Richards on early when they first announced this version 2 of WrestleFest. We had the owner of Retromania on, as well as Stevie Richards, and it looks like a really, really good game. Had the opportunity to beta test some of it, and it's really nice. It's a really nice game. So kudos to you guys for getting that IP, because that's gonna be totally awesome. I love WrestleFest.
Yeah, that's a big. And I called it a AAA title in my excitement video, because I honestly and then some people are like, well, that's not a AAA title. It hasn't even come out yet, P-Dubs. How dare you presume?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
What the goal of that statement was, guys, this is a big name title, right? And a lot of people who still insult the iArcade brand today complain about the lack of big name titles, right? And in my opinion, that is a big name title. That makes your eyebrows pop. It makes you go, oh, interesting. You know what I mean? Whereas if they tell you, like, we put Powerball on there, you don't give a crap. You know what I mean? Or Dodgeball. You know what I mean? You don't give a crap, right? But when you hear Retromania, Dragon's Lair, Double Dragon, that kind of stuff, that stuff makes you go, interesting. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if Jong announced Marvel versus Capcom 2?
People lose their minds.
Crazy Taxi. I mean, guys, this thing is just as powerful as a Dreamcast. It can run Dreamcast games easily. In fact, this thing is on par. I don't want to be the guy that tells you it's more powerful than a Pi 4 because all the RetroPie guys are going to go nuts on me. Spec wise, they claim this thing can run better than a Pi 4, but I'm not going to say that, right? Because I don't know for
Crazy
certain.
Taxi would be a cool IP if he got that, and I'd even love to see a cabinet designed for Crazy Taxi. That would be sick.
Right, but in my opinion, though, this thing can definitely run Dreamcast games. There's a ton of Dreamcast arcade port games that I would love to see on this system. I would love. He's already got a relationship with Sega now, right? I would love for him to bring on Crazy Taxi and all that.
Do you see what he put in the chat room? Jeff Rainwater. He's like, I got a rumor that there's some grocery stores that are giving out really good premium bags to put your games in for the in the produce section. Did anybody confirm? Well, if you talk to Glenn Planamento, that's where he gets all his bags, and I don't doubt that. I'm still laughing about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's I gonna tell you? Now I lost.
I saw that. I'm like, yep, that's Glenn. Put them in bags.
Yeah. Now people are talking about Dragon's Lair on At Games. No comparison. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're saying good or bad. I don't know what that means.
Well, wait a second. Let's be honest here. Again, let's go back to people filming. All right, let's go back to the video lesson here. Okay, guys, if people are filming because John, we haven't connected his cabinet yet to a capture card. They're filming it with their phones at 30 frames a second, 720p video, maybe 1080p video. And then you're doing capture of Dragon's Lair. You're not getting a true comparison. You need somebody with the iArcade, hook it up to a capture card, do some filming, play the game for 30 seconds, do the same exact thing on the Legends Ultimate, play it side by side, and see which one looks better. I'd almost venture to bet you're not going to see much difference.
Oh, well, we'll have to see. I mean, when I was there and I played Dragon's Lair, it was a great experience.
But it is native. It is native. You're not doing it through Steam like you are on the Legends. So
Steam or through
or CoinOps
or through nefarious means.
Yeah. But I mean,
and of course the sound on the iArcade. Oh my god.
Well, so that's the other thing, right? So you have the experience. The new name for the sound is not called sound or speakers or it's called the experience.
Yeah, the experience. Now, God. And also, so think about it, like the Neo Geo MVS-X cabinets were delayed. The iArcade cabinets are delayed, right?
Yeah.
Or parts of them or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they're just, yeah. Okay.
It's scary, man. It makes me feel like I'm not going to have all my products by the end of the year. The well played. Oh yeah. So Neo Geo delayed, well played delayed, iArcade delayed. Guys, everyone's delayed. It sucks.
Well, At Games is still saying it's on par, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to report a delay until a delay is told to me. You know what I mean? If they tell me, yeah, there's a delay, then I'll report a delay. But
there's even a delay in the election. So what do you guys want?
Let's stay out of politics are dangerous.
Listen, I'm just being real. This is the year of delays, so just get used to it, people. 2020 is a delay.
Yeah. Yeah, like for instance, like who said it? How long is it delayed until? Well, guys, weren't those supposed to ship already?
Yeah.
The MVSXs, and they haven't shipped yet, right? To my knowledge.
Yeah, and I've emailed.
Boom, right here, Dillet. It's delayed till December. Boom, there you go.
What's delayed till December? The MVSX?
The Neo Geo MVSX, which
Yeah, I emailed Jay over with Jay Unico, and I haven't gotten a response yet because I'm like, hey, are they supposed to be shipping anytime soon? And it's been quiet over there. So,
yeah, man,
I have a feeling there's going to be another delay coming. Just call it a hunch.
Oh, Golden Axe is now at GameStop, guys. Are they charging a higher price? I bet they are. Steven, did you get the Golden Axe kit?
I was just going to ask you the same thing. No,
I told you I didn't order anything from the fall pre-lineup except for the Outrun kit.
I can't pull the trigger on it. If they would have, I know people are going to shoot me for this, but the 4-player thing really does me in because it takes up too much dang room. I got 2 4-player cabinets in here, the NBA Jam and the Turtles. And I can count on 3 fingers how many times we played 4 players on any of these cabinets. So I don't want another 4-player cabinet.
All right, so they're charging $4.99. Wasn't it cheaper through Arcade One Up directly?
I think it was $3.99, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or $4.49? $4.49 sounds about right.
I don't know. So yeah, oh Rex, I can't show that meme. I know we got 100 people watching. I thought it was hilarious though.
You just want him to get another nice letter for Thanksgiving.
It's not my meme. It's a meme going around Reddit. You know what I mean? I can't show the meme. It's not very nice. I can't show that meme. Or should I show it? Does fair use apply here, Steven?
I'm pleading the 5th on this one.
Oh man.
It's your show. I'm just the co-host. I have any actions. I'm not responsible for any actions that P-Dubs does.
Well, it's just a meme going around Reddit. I mean, it's a meme, you know? It's a meme. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. This thing's hilarious. Where did it go? Let me see if I can find it. Hang on, guys.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to get my lawyer on speed dial.
It's fine. All I know is people are creative and people are funny. Where did it go?
Check Facebook Messenger. Right, you know, I think you were sending it to people.
All right, hang on. All right, now, guys, this is fair use. This is a meme.
You really gonna show it?
Yeah, this is fair. No. This is a fair use. I'm allowed 15 seconds to show you. I saved the picture. This is a picture going around Reddit. And let's show you right here. So, all right, here we go, guys.
Ouch.
Tire marks on the sweater. I got run over by Legends Pinball.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need you. Yeah, Dubs just got us into some trouble. Yep.
Oh man,
no, it's normal.
People are funny, man. People are so funny. That cracks me up. All right, cool. All that falls within fair use. But that cracked me up. That was hilarious.
Oh my.
Anyway, guys, what else we got going on, Steven?
How do you follow that up?
I don't know, man. I got the giggles now, and when I get the giggles, I totally forget what we were talking about.
You're talking about the Golden Axe cabinet before you decided to get us into massive trouble here.
Yeah, so the Golden Axe cabinet is now available at GameStop. So, guys, if you missed it through Arcade One Up directly, you can still get your hands on it now through GameStop. But I believe they're charging a higher price. I think they're charging like $100 more, if I recall. So now, me personally, I'm not going to get it because, guys, like the Ninja Turtles and the NBA Jam cabinet, I have them side by side in my loft, and those expanded control decks, they take up a lot of space.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
and there's only one 4-player game on that cabinet. Only one 4-player game. I don't see why couldn't they make it a 2-player cabinet or give like a
I would have bought it for that. I would have bought it for that.
I would have got it if it was a 2-player cabinet.
I would have got it.
Yeah.
How many times have you played 4 players on NBA Jam when you first got it?
Well, I mean, like online, but
no, I'm talking about in your arcade, not online.
Oh, never. The most I've ever had is me and my kid, which is 2. You know,
I've done a handful of times because when I've had people over, because I wanted to try it and see if you could fit 4 people comfortably, and it's a tight fit, even for skinny guys like me. It's a tight fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. but even NBA Jam could have been a 2-player cabinet. I would have been okay with it.
It would have been cool if they like at least sold like swappable control decks. I mean, At Games is doing quite well with the swappable control decks. Those gamers are selling like hotcakes, man.
2-player in arcade, 4-player online. Like if you play 2 people here and then because even my kids, they lose interest on the 4-player stuff. The Turtles was cool. We played more 4-player in the arcade here with the Turtles than we did NBA Jam. NBA Jam kind of collects dust in here.
Jeff, be nice. Well, no, I mean, because he's teasing me. He's like, well, can't you get your friends from Tinder to come play NBA Jam with you and stuff? But guys, you know, with the pandemic, we have not had guests in our home since March. Absolutely 0 guests. And actually,
I bet you obey the curfew too, don't you?
Yeah, and actually this week, so on Wednesday, my wife's best friend is flying to Arizona with her daughter. It's her best friend in her whole life, and they're going to spend Thanksgiving weekend with us. So it's like the first time we've had guests in our house. I'm like, she better not bring the vid with her. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my word.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Super Leaf asked a question. Once all the good arcade games are on the market, what new games do you want to see in the in-home arcade? I'm
Wait, can we say this? I heard a rumor floating around that Killer Instinct is coming out with Arcade 1-Up. That I will buy the second that drops.
If that happened,
I've seen it in Reddit. I've seen people said that they have it in good faith that we are getting a Killer Instinct cabinet in 2021. Again, it's on Reddit, so it must be true, right? But in all seriousness, if they come out with a Killer Instinct cabinet, I'm there. I'm buying one.
That would be huge. That would be like, you know, killer combo.
I think that's I would get that over a Mortal Kombat cabinet. Sorry, Zohar, if you're watching. Killer Instinct is I like that better than Street Fighter even.
I don't know, man. I don't think anyone.
How many of you guys would buy a Killer Instinct cabinet if they came out?
I think like tons of people would buy a Killer Instinct.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That
That's
would
the
be
jam, man.
That would be a big win if that did happen. Hydro Thunder. There you go. Ultimate combo.
There's a lot of people that seem to think that, and I don't know, maybe there was some leaked pictures that happened, but I will say this. I'm sure there's going to be another Pac-Man cabinet, P-Dubs.
Yep. Hey guys, do me a favor. My buddy Chris over on a YouTube channel called Killer Arcade Games. I just typed it in the chat. Make sure you guys check out his channel. He's done a lot of Killer Instinct mods and tutorials and all that kind of stuff. And if you're interested in converting an Arcade 1-Up cabinet into a Killer Instinct cabinet, he's got tons of videos for you. And he's also a really, really good guy. I think I had him on an episode of the Loft Report podcast show, a long time ago, 8 months ago or something like that. So make sure you guys check out Chris over at Killer Arcade Games. Really good guy, especially if you're into Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat mods. He's done a lot of them. They're
saying it would have to run Killer Instinct Gold. I think they should have 3 or 4 versions like they did with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to just buy one game. Like,
no.
Let's take a quick poll, guys. Would you buy an Arcade 1-Up cabinet if it only had one game on it?
Oh no, heck no. Why? Well, okay. What's the price though? P-Dubs, finish that off.
Okay, let's say it was one game. It was a dedicated cabinet. Let's say it had all the features. It had light up marquee, artwork, all that kind of stuff.
Riser.
Let's say it was the same price, but instead of the costs that they pay for the licensing, let's say they put that into the controls. Let's say you get Sanwa sticks, Sanwa buttons
for $299 or $399.
Let's just say $399 with a riser.
Hard pass.
It's got one game, premium controls, totally themed out cabinet. Would you guys do it? Let me know in the chat.
Nope.
I don't think I would. One game is not enough for me, which is sad because arcade games are more traditionally one game cabinets, weren't they?
If I had unlimited room, I would do it, but I don't have unlimited room. I like the four games, I think is ideal. 3 games, it's like you're shorting me.
Stardust says it would have to be a damn good game.
You know what? I agree with him because it would have. Okay. There might be one game that I would do that for. That would be WrestleFest.
Oh, no. It would be Marble Madness. Because you love Marble Madness so much.
You know what? Marble Madness. Now you know what? Now you did get me on that one.
I guarantee you, if Arcade 1-Up did a
Marble Madness.
Marble Madness
I do. I really love Marble Madness.
Stephen Haywood would buy the first pre-order. You know what I mean?
Marvel, and I almost did Burger Time. Burger Time's another favorite, but I couldn't get past the whole vertical and horizontal games on it. I felt like that ruined the whole experience. And I said to my wife, if I buy it, I'm going to have to mod it and just run versions of Burger Time on it. And I felt like that defeated the purpose because I already have Burger Time on everything else.
Yeah.
But I liked the cabinet. I did like the cabinet.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, and I got that Burger Time back there, and it's got my Macho Man jacket on it. You could probably see that right there with the cheetah print. That's the Macho. That's
glad to see you're playing it a lot.
Yeah, as you can see, I got a lot of arcade one-up machines that I haven't been touching. It's kind of sad. Now, if they made a dedicated Puzzle Bobble cabinet, I think we would all get in on that action.
Heck no.
Absolutely.
Hollywood Polo wants to know when they're
yeah. I see that. What about a punch out? Oh, come on, Mike Tyson's punch out cabinet. Oh, that would be sick.
I would not buy a dedicated punch out cabinet. No. Now maybe double dribble. I would.
Well, okay. Okay. Enough about the dedicated cabinet though. If Arcade One Up did a Mike Tyson's punch out cabinet, that would be so cool. If they
what would they put on with it though?
I don't care. Anything from the Play Choice 10, I think. But then again, that's Nintendo stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean? So
they need to get an IP for Donkey Kong. I think everybody would love to see Donkey Kong, a dedicated Donkey Kong cabinet.
I mean, if they think Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man are hot sellers, can you imagine if there were Donkey Kong cabinets out there in the world?
I would pre-order it day one.
And Arcade One Up would make 25 different SKUs. There'd be partycades, wallcades, cocktail tables. You know what I mean? Risers, without risers, with risers.
Christmas Donkey Kong.
Yeah, this one comes with a real ladder that you can use to climb. You know what I mean? Like, and change the light bulbs in your house, stepping stools. This one comes with a hammer and a barrel. Like, there would be.
They'd have plushies.
Brand new games developed. Okay, so Super Lee finally cleared up his question. Brand new game. I mean, if it's brand new, then that means I've never heard of it. You know what I mean? So I would like there to be. What I would think would be cool would be, let's say this Sinden technology is as good as everyone says it is. I've never touched it before. It'd be cool to see more new, modern, like virtual reality type, you know what I mean? Like shooting games. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see those in the iArcade. I'm sorry, not the iArcade, in the arcade.
The problem though, but you know what? The problem that I'm finding with virtual reality is, and this isn't just with me, it's with other people. I have the PlayStation virtual reality. And you can't play it as an individual more than 20 minutes before you start getting motion sickness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not just me. And I can do spinny rides. I can do all kinds of crazy stuff. This, like I get done playing like Resident Evil and I literally feel like I'm sick to my stomach after playing it for 20 minutes. So I don't know if we physically could handle virtual reality arcades at this point. I don't know if they just need to fix them. And it doesn't matter what game you play. You know?
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Like that'd be kind of cool. But then again,
House of Dead would be a good. It would be a good.
Yeah.
Like gun game, or like you said earlier, what Terminator?
Yeah, Terminator, like a new Terminator.
Terminator would be cool.
It'd be cool if someone came in and like revamped a lot of those games, made them a little more modern, and we played them. That'd be kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine? Well, can you imagine imagine this? What if you were playing Donkey Kong as Jumpman, but you're playing virtual reality, right? So you're actually climbing the ladders, you're jumping over the barrels, and that's what you see. And when you get to the top,
you'd be sick to your stomach.
Like, it would be crazy, kind of cool, right?
It would. I mean, I have a Spider-Man game like that where you're flying. It feels like you're actually flying and webbing from building to building.
You know what I'm waiting for, guys? I'm waiting for think about all these movies we've ever watched, right? Everything that we've seen on Star Trek and in these sci-fi movies, they gave people ideas that have come to reality. But the one thing that hasn't happened is, where's all my holograms, man? I want to be like Tony Stark. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, boop, and it pops up. And like, I want all that hologram type technology.
You want Minority Report.
Yeah, like Minority Report and all those movies where, like, you know, you have like the hologram. I want hologram technology. Like, that would be kind of cool, man.
That would be cool. Hologram stuff.
Like, guys, can you imagine? I mean, it might happen in our lifetime. We might be too old to play it, but what if like 25 years from now, there's a little camera in the corner of your room and your kids, when they play video games, or your grandkids, they turn it on and it sends out a thing, and like the entire room changes, like a holodeck on Star Trek. You know what I'm talking about? Like that would be, it might happen. That would be exciting. So cool, right? A holodeck. Yes, like a holodeck. That would be kind of cool. It's going to happen one day, Tech Buzz. Trust me. Mark my words.
No, I think you're right. I think we're going to get some hologram type games. It's just
and then retro holograms. There you go. play Donkey Kong. Play Miss Pac-Man.
Do you know what's scary though?
You know what I want to do? I want to play retro hologram Pac-Man. You guys know me and Pac-Man. We kind of have this beef with each other. I want to do retro hologram Pac-Man, and I want to punch Pac-Man in the face. For all the stress you've given me. Boom.
But you know what's funny though? Everything that they just moved the PS4 and Xbox One into the retro game category. Can you believe that?
Really?
Yep. You go into game stores now, it's now labeled retro.
Oh, wow. Too soon, bro. Too soon.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like you're talking about these holograms, we're going to see like Resident Evil, and we're going to see all these newer games that we're playing now, like Assassin's Creed. It's going to be like, look at this retro and hologram.
Look at this. Kev Grant, want to lose weight? Play VR Pac-Man and run.
There you go.
So cool. Macho Dubs, I need VR Matrix action. Mark, what? Oh, MMO, massive multiplayer online. Massive. Okay. Oh yeah, dig it. That'd be kind of cool.
Do you play Call of Duty with the VR?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun.
Oh, are you any good at it?
Am I any good at it? No, I just play against. I play it leisurely. Some of these 12-year-olds would probably kill me, but it still makes you feel like you're walking with your buddies. You look around, and the guy's next to you, and you're kind of trucking through. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, like Jordan here, you put Ready Player One. I absolutely love that movie, and I hope one day we have that kind of technology, but not live in the world they're living in. Bunch of trailers stacked on top of each other. I'm hoping it's kind of like the world we're living in now, but we can like hook up, and I gotta find the keys, man. I gotta find the keys.
Yeah, the kids are saying it about Xbox 360 is retro. Yep.
Oh my god, it's not retro, is it? Oh.
I don't know. I think retro for me stops, even though they consider Wii U retro. I think for me it stops at Nintendo 64. Like anything before that is considered retro. And I would say, I guess it really depends on people, but like I don't think the Wii U is quite retro enough for me yet.
Yeah. Well, I know we have well over 100 people watching. Always appreciate it when you guys come hang out with us.
Now you're gonna throw us. Wait. You're gonna pull a Rexer now that we got a bunch of people here, and you're gonna pull the plug.
These people want to go to bed.
Guys, do you see this? Do you see how he's going to treat you?
These people want to go to bed. They don't want to sit here hear us talking all night. They got to work tomorrow. We hate Mondays. That's why we're doing an I Hate Mondays show this late. But yeah, guys. So this week I should have hopefully a couple product reviews before we take off the rest of the week for the Thanksgiving weekend.
What are you reviewing?
I got a product from Vankio. I got a product from Vankio. They sent me a product for review. You guys will have to wait to see it.
Is that the digital picture frame?
Something like that, maybe, Steven. God.
I got it for review, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
it seems like they're hitting everybody up for that.
Yep. So I got one of those. I also have, what else do I have? You guys know. Oh, I have like a Pixelcade LCD for an Arcade 1-Up cabinet.
I got the Pixelcade LCD.
I got to do my Legends Connect. Also, I have a whole bunch of modern. I got all these modern games now. He's got
the Xbox One. Or Xbox Series X. He hasn't even turned it on yet.
Yeah, I know, and I got to turn it on. I got to play games. I got like 4 games for it.
You're terrible.
I got to take it out of the box. I got to start playing my Xbox Series X. And of course I got the new Breath of the Wild prequel. God, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. Yeah. I got that one. I got that. What's that wrestling game? It's like a cartoony wrestling game that just came out. Battleground, like WWE
Oh,
Battleground.
WWE Battleground. Yeah.
I got that game. I want to play that game. I got Star Wars Squadrons. Like I got all this crap that I need to review
Speaking
and
of
play.
Squadrons, you can get it right now for Xbox One for $20. So if anybody go to Amazon and you can get it for $20 right now, and BioShock, the collection for Switch is $15.
Yeah,
right now I just ordered them.
It's hilarious how cheap Squadrons is now, and I paid full price.
I know you got you got Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, and I have that one too. Yes.
If you guys are on the fence about the Assassin's Creed, I am not into the Viking era thing. I did like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Get this one. I'm telling you, the guy at the game store, he's like, no, you really like it. So I bid it. I bought it. I couldn't put it down. Like I've actually tomorrow, that's on my list to do when I get up in the morning. I'm going to sit here and play that. If you're on the fence, get that game. I don't care for what system. Get it. Yeah. It's a really good game. P-Dubs, play your game.
I know. Well, I'm always making videos. I'm trying to entertain people, bring them information, and sacrifice my own happiness. I guess I'm going to have to tell people, you know what? I'm playing games this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on, man.
You know, so. But guys, make sure you subscribe to the Tech Buzz. He's killing it. He is now the leader, your customer service expert for CoinOps. Make sure you go to the Tech Buzz channel.
You better stop with that.
No more CoinOps questions for me. Just go to Steven and make sure you subscribe to P-Dubs and all that kind of stuff.
But wait.
What?
Let me show you something.
Let me show you something.
This is my inbox.
Yeah.
They're all YouTube comments about CoinOps.
Oh my God! All these comments about CoinOps.
I have to go. I have to go in and answer questions.
Well, you are the king of
P-Dubs. Thanks.
You are the king of CoinOps now. It's all. It's it, baby. And guys, we'll probably have a big Toy Shock announcement tomorrow, so we'll probably see you sometime tomorrow and all that gravy stuff. And we'll be talking to you guys real soon. Hope you guys have a great day.